Hello there, and welcome to the very first episode of the Unmasked Podcast. My name is Andy, and today, for my very first guest, I have someone very special who, I don't know, has really helped me over the last 4 years of doing my YouTube stuff, and it's just a great person. Today, I'm talking to Connor Ward. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am lovely. I know we just did that before we hit the record button.
Yeah. It's always the way, isn't it? You've got to do the pretend, oh, hi, how are you?
I know, just for dramatic effect, really.
I actually filmed an interview, though, not too long ago, where that was my first, how are you? So it's actually not always the case, but yeah.
No, but in this scenario, we've already said hi. We know all about each other. I don't know, 4 years, 3-4 years our friendship has been.
Yeah, probably about 3 years or so, I reckon.
Yeah, because I know when I saw your first ever video, I was kind of I kind of fanboyed on how amazing your first video was.
Thank you.
But for those who don't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
My name is Connor Ward. I am 20, I have to think that, 22 years old. I received my autism diagnosis at the age of 18, and ever since then, I've basically worked in whatever industry I can to try and improve the lives of people on the spectrum. But the main kind of realms are public speaking and consultation. And as Andy's said, I dabbled in the vlogging for quite a while, and I used the past tense there a little bit. Ooh, that's weird.
Oh.
We'll get into that.
Oh, yes, we absolutely need to. But before we get onto that, could you tell me, your special interest? What is your special interest or hobby at the moment?
I don't know. At the moment, I'd say mine don't tend to change that often. The biggest consistent ones are always Disney's Hercules, and Andy's going, yep. Lego, and then the rising one is Star Wars.
Yeah, I was going to say
there's one that we share massively. But my one's definitely. I've always loved Star Wars, but it's only really been this year and ever since lockdown that I really got into Star Wars, and that I've become. Yeah.
I was going to say, have you before we get into everything, have you seen the photos for The Mandalorian season 2?
What a silly question. Of course I've seen the photos.
It's
always like when people say, oh, Connor, did you hear they're doing a Hercules musical? Of course I heard. I heard. I was searching the news articles before it was even published.
Well, do you know what? I ask this every time of Connor. It's like, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Just to create conversation. It's just like,
I'll shoot you down for it.
It's like, Andy, I've already seen this. What are you doing?
But yeah, new pictures of the child look adorable. Of course, I've actually got the Lego Razor Crest downstairs. Oh, I should have brought that up. That would have been a good prop.
I know. I've seen it on Instagram. And I was just like, oh, that's amazing.
It is, and the child is like that big. He's adorable.
Oh God, man! But anyway, yes, we could talk about Star Wars, in all the bad jokes
and we do
all day. And we do, but not in a bad way. But one of the things of many that I wanted to talk to you about was the creator-viewer divide, because
nice deep one to jump into.
Yeah, because I know you've obviously done stuff on the creator-viewer divide on your YouTube channel, which anything of Connor's, I'll link down below. I know obviously you're not.
You can't find that series anymore, by the way.
Oh, can you not?
No. That's part of everything changing. It will be reincorporated in some way at some point, but yeah.
Fair play. But if you want to check out Connor's stuff after this, everything's going to be linked down below in the show notes, all of that lovely stuff. Can you tell us what the creator-viewer divide is?
It's about the relationship between the people who make the online stuff and the people who watch the online stuff. And with the online world and with any kind of relationship, the boundaries can become really blurry. And in the YouTube world, of course, people share so much of their lives that audience members can really feel like they know a person when they do not know them at all. And so it just creates quite a lot of interesting scenarios. And I'm someone who's very firm on my boundaries, so I got creeped out by it right from the beginning. So the series that we keep mentioning, I made an entire series about it on 2018 where I explored many different aspects of it. But the reason that's gone now is just because I feel it's all kind of moved on so much that it's already outdated.
That's a fair enough statement, I think. What made you change? What made you take the videos down, if you don't mind me asking? Just because they were out of date, or just how you felt changed?
Yeah, they were out of date, and I've changed stuff up a lot recently. And going forward, it didn't fit among everything else that's going to be there. So I thought I'd just bite the bullet and just get rid of it. I am going to make everything available in some way, just not the most accessible way. It's just it's not going to be on my channel, but it will be found. I'm saying vague. This is the other thing that anyone online does. Doing this thing, you can't yet know about it though.
Oh my god, I know. I do it to some people sometimes. They'll I don't know. We'll get talking about stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm doing a thing, but I can't tell you about the thing because I can't just tell you about the thing. But I'm doing a thing, so that's all good. That's all jazzy. We've all done it. I mean, we've even done it to each other without even it's just a thing.
Definitely.
So I guess with the creator-viewer divide that exists among all content creators, really, I guess the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because obviously I make content. I don't even want to say used to make content. I feel like
I will still make. But actually, I've got a little secret that I've been keeping.
Oh.
I have been uploading videos on YouTube, and this is even secret to you. Like, I've told one person about this.
This is exclusive.
One person knows about this. There are videos that I am making that are going on YouTube somewhere. I'm not going to say what they are. I'm not going to say what they're about. All I will say is they don't take up much effort. And yeah, I think you might know what it is because I did tell you that I was going to do it. I've just actually done it, and I've been uploading, and I've not told anybody about it.
I think I know. But obviously I'm not going to talk about it yet.
Yeah, we'll save it. I'm just going to, in a couple of months' time, I'm going to be like, by the way, I've been doing this.
Just hit it, not hit it. It's just going to come, and you're not going to know or realize, and it's just going to happen.
Anybody who's ever watched any video of mine or known me at all will see this new stuff and be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Talking about viewer creator divide stuff, in terms of the autism content, I don't know, recently, because I don't know, my channel's been growing a bit.
Yeah, it has. Overtaken me.
And I have to be honest, when that day came, I was quite sad because I was like, I've always looked up to this person.
But I've never been bothered about it.
I know you haven't, but it's just like I don't know, even though you said it, oh, it's fine, I don't care. It's just like, I still care, so.
Well, no, but it's good that because you put, this is me speaking to the audience. Andy works so hard on this channel. He worked hard and then he gets rewarded for it. And I'm glad that more people are discovering him because he is putting the work in and it's showing.
Yeah, I mean, even me just doing a podcast, I thought was a crazy idea. Like I suggested it to you a while ago.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, should I? And you were just like, yes, this would be cool.
I was like, as long as I can be the first guest.
That was the deal. But anyway, the whole autism content and making autism content, like, I do love doing it. It's the thing that I'm known for. It's the thing that you're known for as well. I feel like it is really difficult to have that creator viewer kind of split. Why do you think it's difficult to have that split? I'm kind of interested to hear what you think.
because autism as a condition makes it very hard to determine what grey boundaries are, and anything that's grey is really hard to interpret. Meaning that people don't understand the creative viewer divide full stop. Add a neurological condition which adds confusion on top of that, there's no chance really. So I don't think, like, we've both definitely had experiences in the past where it's see, one thing I don't want to do, I don't want to talk about this in a negative way, because it's not a negative way.
Of course.
And people can quite easily fall into the trap of talking about it in a negative way, just because it's like, oh, people crossing boundaries. No, it's people just finding out where their boundaries are, which we're all allowed to do in life. But yeah, particularly in the autism world, I don't know. I think it's because we have to share some quite intimate details about our lives. If I feel that's quite one, well, like, you know, that's one thing that I made a conscious effort to stop doing quite a while ago. But like little things, like in the past I've spoken about my toilet stuff. You know, I wouldn't even say that to my friends, and then people on the internet know about this, so no wonder they think they know me.
I think as well, because you're sharing like really intimate parts of yourself and what you do, and whether it's both positive and negative, people have that kind of reaction of, oh my God, I relate to this person. And it's really real, and it's really like, I don't know, I want to say deep, because that's the only word I can think of right now. But I feel like if people don't have those boundaries, it's so hard to, you know, to not cross those boundaries, and you end up crossing those boundaries, I think.
Well, that's why I've always been so upfront about it. Like, so one thing that people will, if anybody watch my videos, that they will be like, Connor doesn't like hugs. That's what they will know. Truth is, I do. I don't like hugs from strangers. Therefore, I put that out from the beginning to make sure that nobody was ever going to run up to me at the autism show and hug me. You know, you know, among friends and stuff, I will do it. You know, I still am a bit funny about it, but like, I'm not against it, as some people think.
See, I always thought you were.
See, I have to put out such messages to like really make firm things. Even you, yeah. But then again, I don't know. Like, I do still have the autism bit of like, I do actually have a hug list of like people I will hug and won't hug, and no, I don't really know the reasoning behind it.
That's fair enough.
But no, I definitely used to think that in order to be able to educate the world about autism as to the extent that I wanted to do it, I thought I had to use myself as a vehicle to do that. As in, I thought I had to share all these intimate things, and you know, I realized at this point that I don't have to, and that's why, you know, that's why it's taken me as long as it is to be able to put something out there again, because I really do want to reform it, so I don't have to share me, but I can share the best autism stuff out there.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I feel like I've talked about this with you before about, like, I don't know, there are times where I feel like I have shared too much sometimes, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to have like a hard stop on that, I think. I think I'm getting a bit better with it now, I think, because some people have asked, they can comment and stuff, like what triggers you or this and that and stuff, and it's just, I don't want to talk about stuff that, you know, is going to have like that kind of impact, because it's, I don't know, I guess it's sharing too much in a way, but whatever I do share, I feel like it's still got to be on my terms. Classic. On my terms.
Yeah, that makes sense. One thing as well, particularly with your autism content, I don't know about. Well, no, you were diagnosed as young, like when you were young. But as soon as I was diagnosed, I went to YouTube to try and look for someone to go, like, because whatever my ideas of autism were prior to getting diagnosed were not what I know of it now at all. So I was like, I need to find somebody that's like me. You know, there were only a few people about before I started, like, you know, Dan, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, so I feel that's a lot of people's case. It's like, okay, YouTube must be where I can finally find people like me. And then when you finally do find someone like you, it's like, oh, wow, we really do have this connection, even though it's not quite the connection that, you know, I think it is.
Yeah, I think also that was kind of the same thing for me. Even though I was diagnosed younger, I was never around people who there was apart from exceptional, not except well, exceptional is probably the wrong word really,
They
but
may be brilliant people, occasional.
yeah, apart from the occasional people, I didn't really relate to other autistics and stuff until I found YouTube, until I
Yeah.
found like this a community of people who were talking about their autism so openly as well, which I thought was revolutionary for me because I always saw it as this is something not to talk about. This is something that people just don't understand. But it's it's kind of weird how much I've changed as a person in 4 years.
Yeah, well, definitely with me. Like, of course, I started YouTube 2 months after being diagnosed, so my entire getting to know my autistic self is out there, you know, and that there are people who have watched that entire journey. Well, you said you watched the first video, so you've seen from the beginning. Obviously, you've had far more insight than most people.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I think it should be celebrated. I think it should be celebrated the fact that we've been able to find these people that we can connect with. But to swing it back around to the creator viewer divide,
Mm.
it's just learning. Okay, there's a certain way we go about it. Like, you know, you can watch a video, you can comment on my video, you may reply, and may have a fun interaction there, but don't ever turn up on my doorstep, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a very extreme example. However, I've got friends who that has happened to many occasions. So, you know, it does happen.
Oh, I know it happens. I know it happens. I was like we've talked about who and when, but yeah, that's kind of like an extreme example. I guess for me, really, if you watch my content or just anyone, I think just as a rule, generally, if you're watching a creator, they are obviously making videos and sharing their life and stuff, but just because they're sharing their life, it doesn't mean that they're showing everything of their life. It's like a
Not at all.
snapshot. It's a snapshot, really.
It's not even a snapshot. It's like if you were to take a photo of someone's life, then you cut out 90% of the photo and give that little corner of the photo. That's really what it
Yeah.
is. You know, like people will never understand. The only way I was actually able to understand that is when I would watch people and then get to know those people and be like, well, I know I liked you through the videos. However, oh my God, I didn't know you at all. None of us knew you at all. And it's like that's the only way that I've been able to realize that. But no one, you know, it's so rare that people actually get that opportunity to get that awakening. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, if I'm honest, the times where I'm on my videos and saying 5 tips for blah 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 blah, the rest of the time I am on my couch. I
well,
am.
I've
I,
said this to you before, haven't I? I've been like, yeah, sometimes I find it weird watching your video because it's not the same Andy that I talk to.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, actually, here's a question. Do you feel like you're talking to me off camera or at the minute, or do you feel like it's you?
At, at the moment, it's more you than IndieAndy. This
So
is this is this is pretty similar to a phone call of ours.
yeah, that's good because like the whole point of this podcast is also for me just to
Unmasked.
unmask and just do wavy hand gestures and just stuff like that really.
But this is the thing. We all have that front, the mask, as you speak about. Like, you know, even me online, as much as I think for a while I was probably the most real of the autistic YouTuber community.
Hmm.
There, even then, there was still an element of performing.
Yeah, I feel like there is gonna just be this element of performing though, because like I've been thinking about for the last few days, especially like to get people to understand a topic, you kind of have to present it in a way that is kind of universally understood.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, so the videos I do it in a certain way because people will understand it.
Hmm.
Even if the information's just readily available in the autistic community and stuff, it's about putting it in a way that I don't know. It's digestible. I can never say digestible. I never can. I'm so glad that then, but like digestible for people to understand. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a thing. That's a thing that creators think about.
Yeah, I think we get it doubly though, because we get the autism mask and the creator mask.
Oh god, it's oh
But
man,
that's too much of a subject. That's way more complicated than any of us can even put into words.
it's unfathomable. There you go.
Unfathomable.
Unfathomable. There. I guess another point about the creator view divide before we kind of move on. I guess the one thing that I would say as well is if you're messaging a creator, be nice to them, and I guess just try to be nice and just think about what you're going to say beforehand, because I've had people message me before, and like 99.9% of people that talk to me, are genuinely really nice, really cool. They just get it. But there's just that small percentage who kind of assume that I'm gonna, fix all of their problems and all of their issues.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
people can really forget there's a human on the other end. But it's the same for us as well. Sometimes we can forget there's a human on the other end.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Sadly, as much as like I want to help everyone, there's just times where it's just not possible.
But what you need to remember though,
Hmm.
you're the one, you're putting the videos out there to help people. You're not putting yourself out there to go and fix every individual's life. You're putting your videos out there, and that's already a great contribution. And that's what people need to realize is that you're already doing something massive there. You don't owe anybody anything else, And like you were
Yeah.
saying there about messaging. One thing that, well, you all know this, I've always been dead set on. I don't have any private communication with viewers because I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I want every communication with a viewer to be public. It should be a tweet exchange. It should be YouTube comments, etc. But that's personal preference. Just because, yeah.
Yeah, like I've not really had a policy like that ever. Like people can message me. That's absolutely fine. Whether I'll if I say I can't help and I can't help and redirect elsewhere, because obviously I don't want to waste people's time, especially if it's important as well, and they need to get the help for it, or and they don't know where to look. But just be respectful of the creator, and
Well, to extend on that public point, and also to do a little plug, that's part of the reason why Autism Assemble came about. Because then
yes,
it doesn't just so for people who don't know, Autism Assemble is a Facebook group that I created with my friend Holly, who is like the Facebook queen. Holly is in Holly Vlogs, if anybody of you watch her. Because I wanted a place where it's not just reliant on one person. You can ask loads of people, and from all different areas of the autism world. So yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say, I think I've said this to you before, but my Nicola sometimes watches Holly, and she'll talk to me about like Holly's had a baby. I'm just like, oh yeah, I know, I know.
Very adorable baby. A very, very adorable baby.
Very cute, very cute. But yes, so moving swiftly. Yes, yes, very good. Autism on YouTube. Here we go. I feel like when talking about autism online, personally, just honest opinion, it's so hard to get it right.
Yeah, entirely.
It's so difficult because you're always going to have that group of people who disagree, and there's going to be people who agree. There's loads of topics, like minute topics we could like just talk about, but it'll probably take forever. So,
well, I can give a very quick example of one. The one that we disagree on. You use the word autistics. I would never say that because I think of the word autistic as an adjective as opposed to a noun.
All right, okay.
We've had this conversation before, haven't we?
I feel like we have, but what would you say instead then?
Well, I'm an autistic person. I'm not an autistic. But that's what I mean by adjective. The autism describes the person, not is the person.
Yeah, I guess so. But then I kind of see it as,
But that's just me being a grammar police, though.
I was going to say I got a D in English at GCSE. So in terms of grammar, don't come to me for that.
We're definitely in an interesting world with Autism on YouTube because there's two approaches to doing it. There is the professional approach of I'm educated in autism. I feel confident in sharing a general idea of autism to be able to discuss aspects of it. But then you have the inexperienced person's approach that tells their own story, because you can't be wrong if you tell your own story, because you're telling it all from your own perspective. Therefore, nobody can really have a go at you. I just swore at the camera then. I'm sorry. But
don't worry about
the problem is though, and we have all fallen victim to this. We start off as this one. I'd say now I'm this one. However, we flutter about in this bit, and now I'm giving two fingers. But this is the problem. That's what causes so much.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how I generally feel about my channel at the minute, because it's like I'm not saying like what I'm doing I hate. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it is literally like that thing. Yeah, it is literally.
We need to stop using the swearing fingers. Let's use here we go. And my nose can be the thing.
Okay, so you got obviously professional, they know everything about autism and stuff, and then you've obviously got the inexperienced person, like
the personal. Let's call it professional and personal.
Yeah, okay. Inexperienced, that sounds wrong in itself.
Yeah.
But the personal, I think you and me, we both started as the personal, but then it started to become professional, but I feel like I've always been in that gap between personal, professional, and it sends out so many mixed messages a lot of the time.
So this is why I found myself in such a weird place with it, because behind the scenes from YouTube, I was well on my way to professional. In every other autism bit that I work in, everybody everybody agrees I'm 100% an autism professional, because I've trained myself up on it. I've done everything that I need to do. I'm still doing everything I need to do to prove that I know my stuff about it. However, online, I was still in this point where I was like, but I don't want to share it all like that. I want to share my story. But you don't want to like force yourself to have a bad day about this to be able to tell it. But do you know what I mean though? It means it's very difficult for everybody online, and I'm sure any autistic YouTubers out there will know that feeling, because it's like as soon as you've been making videos for a while and built up an audience, you automatically feel yourself floating from one to the other. However, are you really? Are you still just telling your own story? You've just got a lot more people watching it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And also because you're doing that kind of content, I feel like, I don't know, for me, sometimes I'll research into stuff to get an understanding for my video. Not because I think my experiences are fake. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, for me,
just get a more rounded experience of it.
Yeah, exactly. To highlight an experience which may not be mine, but is an experience that is there. And also for me, I struggle without a script. So
Yeah.
doing a podcast was a mad idea, but never mind.
See, people probably don't know that you do everything 100% scripted.
Well, it's just easier for me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on the subject, really.
I've never.
What you've never done a no, you never have. I don't think. No, you never have.
No, never. Like there's other things you can find online. Like recently, I did something for NAS. I did the National Autistic Society. I haven't done my whole public thing for a while. Where I filmed a Spectrum Live special report thing, and that was 100% scripted. People will probably tell that. People who watch my videos, they'll be like, "That's not you." It's like it is me saying it. It's just not me.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's such a weird thing. I feel like to just like anyone who's making content like ours, I think it is just important just to like if you're telling your story, just be true to your story, I guess.
Exactly.
You
And
know,
don't feel any pressure because people think you know stuff. Don't feel like you have to know stuff.
yeah,
Just if you want to tell your story, that's what you need to stick to.
yeah, exactly. Or if you want to be like a professional person who people come to for that sort of thing, be that, you know. For me, I think I'm always going to end up being in the middle, but I kind of I don't necessarily want to be. I guess I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I think with you've especially in the last couple of years, it's been very evident that you want to flick over to the professional side.
I feel like I do. I feel it's kind of weird. This is kind of like therapy for me, to be honest. But
That's our phone calls always.
I know. It's so weird, isn't it? But no, I do. I feel like I do, but I'm kind of scared of when I get there. You know, I kind of want the thing that is personable to me that's gonna go because it's very much like facts, which kind of takes away the humanity of everything, I guess. That's
Which
something
is what I'm in.
yeah.
But that's what I mean. I'm still finding my feet with this new way of doing stuff. I will find it. I think I know how to find it. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. So since you're not doing YouTube anymore, what is it that you're doing? Or can you
Nothing.
not say? Nothing.
No, I'm joking. That's what people think.
To be fair, I know better. I know you have not been doing anything.
But like this is the thing though. Like I can't. I'm not somebody that can ever do nothing. Annoyingly, most of the things I'm doing, I can't speak about publicly, and that's really annoying. But
You just done the thing.
I have done the thing. But the thing I will say, and yeah, just because I'm not doing autism stuff on YouTube, does definitely not mean that I'm not doing stuff autism-wise behind the scenes. And what I can say is that everything I am doing behind the scenes it will be stuff that I will then shout about from the rooftops because it will benefit a lot of people. And that's to most people. One thing that I've realised I can talk about publicly. I've been organising the the Autism Show virtual webinar week.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
When
which
is it?
as we record this has it's only just been announced publicly, but not properly. But by the time this goes up, people will know about it. So from the 12th to the 17th of October, you can tune into a 30-hour webinar across 6 days. 30 hour? 30 hour, yeah.
30 hour, yeah. So 6 days, so 6 hours each?
Yeah, 6 hours. And so as part of Autism Assemble, we organise Hub 1, which is the hub for autistic speakers, as in for autistic adults, to share their story and share their wisdom. And yeah, so this is a thing that's propped up because we can't do the physical show for obvious reasons. But the physical show is still on hold, and of course when we get around to the physical show, somebody's going to be a speaker in my hub.
That's true. Actually, do you know what? I have not actually talked about it.
That's what I was hinting at.
Oh God, right. Do you know what? Unless you actually properly say it to me, I'm not going to get it. There you go. There's something about me people may not have known.
Should have known better.
Yes, but basically, I was booked to speak London, Manchester this year. I have talked about it, but it was a while ago. Now I remember. I have talked about it. But it was
right. Okay.
It was a long time ago.
But yeah, so you're going to be one of 54 speakers in total that I'm organising for the main show across 3 cities, which is a lot of people. But yeah, so we've got 18 speakers in total for this virtual one, and it will be available to view up to 30 days after. But because it's online, it means that anybody can watch around the world, and you know it's going to be easier to interact, etc., to be able to get the questions into the people that know the stuff. So yeah, should be fun.
It's I think it will be beneficial to a lot of people, especially if it's worldwide as well. Because when I've talked about the autism show to people have said, "Oh, there's like nothing in my country."
That's what I've always heard.
You know, in the States, it's quite an apparent thing. So, that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. Yeah, no, are you excited?
It's very exciting. At the moment, I'm stressed, but that's because, of course, I'm organising stuff. But as soon as I've finished organising stuff, I know I'll just be 100% excited for it. And this is the thing, because it's a webinar, it means that I'm actually hosting the stage. So it means that there's 12 hours in total where I've got to be like, and now we're on to this speaker. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's going to be good. Yeah, I'm not going to be there because I've not actually done a public speaking event ever. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm not going to be there. But I'll definitely be supporting it because it's a great thing, and you know the people who run it, you know, they're really great. And I mean, it did kind of help you in a way, because you did. Was it your first public speaking gig?
My first public speaking opportunity was at the Autism show in London, 2017. And that year I was really lucky. I got booked in all 3 cities despite never having spoken. So, but that's the thing. I sent enough of stuff to go, I can clearly speak from YouTube. So yeah, I spoke about how social media affects autistic communication. That was my first talk, and yeah, from that it launched the professional public speaking for me, because people saw me at those 3 shows and was like, "Can we book you for this?" And I'm like, "Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much." Wait, you're going to pay me to do this? Well, like, what? This is now my job? Oh, wow, cool.
Oh God, yeah. To be honest, seeing you like just grow from I am autism to now, it's great. Just crazy how much stuff you've actually done.
I just feel so lucky. Like, think the next few sentences are just going to sound like I'm boasting, but I've had a dance with Craig Revel Horwood. I've ran around under a stage with Aladdin and Genie. It could go. I've been on live TV in front of 4.8 million people. Just wow.
It's mad. It is absolutely mad, you know. And it's like it's great. It's great as well to see you succeed as well, you know.
Thank you. But this is the thing. Like, as much as this is why people find what I do, because I get a lot of people saying to me, "Connor, I want to do what you do." People never know what I do. So like, all people see the big flashy things, and the big flashy things are really cool. However, you only go to the theatre once every few months. Well, none at the moment. You only Yeah, so those are for things that aren't common occurrences. My behind the scenes stuff is all dealing with the how can I improve people's lives on a day-to-day basis.
Mm.
And I think you'll know from the projects I'm working on that I can't talk about. I'm definitely going to do that, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool that I've been allowed to do that because it has all stemmed from YouTube. I can't lie. Without doing that first YouTube video that I am autism, it wouldn't have led on to such amazing things because, yeah, it just all kind of snowballed. But I've definitely, the key values I've always stuck to is that I will always work hard and as positive to work with as possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that is kind of my mentality as well with my stuff. Like it's weird. Like I started not wanting to do autism stuff because I wasn't at that stage really to talk about it, but it kind of just became a part of my stuff, and then I don't know. It's all kind of snowballed really. Yeah. it's
Like, yeah, I just find it absolutely incredible. And I had a point that I was going to say that I've forgotten. What were we saying? What were we saying? You continue. I might remember.
okay. But yeah, no, it's YouTube as a whole. I feel like it has given us two, especially, a lot of opportunities. It's been really great. You've remembered.
I've remembered, and that's why I'm putting my finger up. So I remember. The other value that I've always stuck to is that it's cool that I get all of opportunities, but it's always important to share those opportunities round as well.
Yes, yes. And actually, one thing I wanted to actually mention real quick is the National Autistic Society Content Creators. I think
Yeah.
that leads on quite nicely. Um, yeah, basically, if for those who don't know, I and Connor, we're both content creators for the National Autistic Society. So basically, sometimes we'll get opportunities to do things, or we get asked to do things for different people, different companies and stuff really.
Yeah. Well, first of all, to expand on what you've just said, it's an exchange. It's not a working for. They give us some tools so that we're able to go further to be able to spread the messages of autism, whether that's educating, sporting, etc. So that's how
Yeah.
it's always been. But the content creators weren't a thing prior to. Like, I'm officially the first one, which yeah, it's really cool to say that. So, in fact, story. Also, at the Autism show in 2017, I met Josh, who was the new social media manager at the
Yeah.
National Autistic Society,
Mm-hmm.
and we got speaking, and he very much had a vision that he wanted to work with people who were putting their voices out there. And he looked at me with my 274 subscribers, but he clearly saw something that he wanted to work with. And yeah, for the first year, we were very much I was very much guinea pig to see how it could work, to see how vloggers could work with the charity to be able to benefit the both of them. And yeah, I think it's fair to say that we got the formula right. And as soon as it did become right, the way that expanded essentially was through my contacts. It was very much me putting people forward, going like, "This one's a good egg, have them." And I think that's how you, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I think you just said, "Oh, this would be a good person for the content creator thing," and I remember the first thing actually. The first thing we did. Well, the first thing I did was the reacting to Diverted, which was the
Was it your
film.
first thing? Oh wow!
That was my very first. That was my very first thing, and I was like, "Oh God, this is so." Because it was all because like I never had that opportunity before. It was at the
No,
because it was
we got given the video early. It was like, what?
yeah. I was like, what do I do? Because this was 2018, and in 2018 I think it was like 500 subscribers or something really great, really crazy like that. And I was like, I don't know what to do. It's a secret thing. I can't obviously talk about it. But no, it was really cool. It was really cool, and just all of the other stuff since then. It's just been absolutely crazy. What was the last thing you did?
I suppose hosting the Spectrum Live thing I did. I was kind of asked through that channel of it. However, the last general thing I did was World Autism Awareness Week.
Yes, it was the.
But to be fair though, there's also been little things like when we shared around the supermarket letters and stuff like that. You know.
Oh yeah. See, that's like another thing as well. Like, you know, whatever the society's, you know, if it's a new campaign, you know, we help out with that. But I love doing that though, because they've been nothing but supportive to myself and to everyone else. Like, regardless of what people may think about the society and all of that stuff, you know, people that I've worked with and talked to, just nothing but exceptional, really, just across the board.
Incredible.
So I guess the one remaining thing to talk about is our friendship. I kind of want to end on a happy note, really. I think you may want the same sort of thing as me. End on a light note. So I guess I've talked about obviously how I became aware of you, what you do, but how did you become aware of me? Was it the fact that I left like comments fanboying, or?
Yeah, that was how I knew of your name. And then I was suggested to like properly watch you by someone I know, and they told me to watch your stuff, and like, oh, this one's a good egg, you know. And I was like, yeah, it is a good egg. And then I think I followed you back on Twitter, and then I don't know how the messages went, but maybe I messaged you first.
I think so. I
probably.
I feel like you mentioned me in a video just randomly.
Oh.
I think it was back in the day. You were talking about like things of the week that you enjoyed, or
Obsessathon.
Yes. Back when your channel was full
of words that nobody could say.
I was going to say Conopolis.
Obsessathon. What was I thinking?
But that was such a brilliant name, though. I love that.
Do you know, like, so my Minecraft world's called Conopolis. Because I'm like, I'm not getting rid of that name. Like, it was genius, just nobody could say it.
I think even when I made a video talking about autistic YouTubers to check out, I think I said Conopolis. I'm pretty sure.
Well, there's Conopolis, that was Conopolis. There was Conopolis. Yeah. Conopolis as well.
That sounds too fancy though. Conopolis.
Conopolis. Yeah.
Conopolis.
Very close to Hercules. But yeah. So I would have shouted you out because I was enjoying your content. Clearly, I thought other people should, but yeah, I think it's just every time we got talking to them, I was like you off camera as well as on camera, and like despite like people don't realize that people are friends for reasons beyond let's do camp together.
Yes. I was gonna say like we've known each other for 3 years, and I think the only major video that we did like a collab in 2018 when we met up for the first time. Like we'd been talking for a few months, like phone calls and stuff. Which, by the way, another truth about me. If I'm planned to, I don't know if we're planning a telephone call, ring me first. Ring me first, because it doesn't matter who I'm with. I don't like ringing people up unless I obviously have to. Even when Connor said in the past, can we talk about stuff, or just ring me whenever. doesn't matter. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
And then you always say, "Oh, I don't want to bother you." I'm like, oh, for God's sake, get over yourself. Bother me. Because it wouldn't be a bother.
Yeah. I know, but I think that's kind of that is my kind of thing. I just don't want to be a bother, you know. But you know,
But if I was busy, I just wouldn't answer. I mean, maybe I send you a text saying, "Sorry, a bit later."
yeah. So that's a thing.
Have our own things like that, aren't we? But yeah, no. But like, for example, even though I left YouTube many months ago now, it's hardly like I've gone, nah, done with all my YouTube mates. Go, don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well. Like, I think lockdowns really helped in a way because we've actually talked more and like not just about YouTube stuff, but obviously talked about Star Wars and all that sort of stuff, and kind of the fan theories behind stuff, which I love doing anyway. But it's nice to actually talk to someone who gets that.
Can I throw my latest one in?
Yes,
my latest Star Wars
please. Yes.
I reckon Bo-Katan is the one that rescues Mando as a child.
It kind of leaves out what happens after Rebels, I guess.
But that's what we'll find out.
Oh, it's so juicy.
This is what happens. But I'm trying to keep it succinct before we go on for ages. But there we go. There's my one-line theory.
It's a great theory. But actually, just one other thing. I'm looking forward to the live-action version of Ahsoka Tano. Just saying, for Mandalorian 2.
Aren't we all?
I know.
It's not been confirmed. We might just all be completely like, oh, okay. But she is. Let's be honest. It is Rosario Dawson. It is.
I feel like everyone's talked about it. It's going to happen in the second Mandalorian, and it's just like not going to happen. But it's going to come at like the end of the season or something like that. We're going to all wait, and it just kind of happens, and it's like, oh my god! I'd be surprised if they put it in like any like promotional stuff. To be honest,
I think they'll put it in a trailer just because of how well Clone Wars season 7 did. Because Clone Wars is now the most streamed show of all time, and we are starting already to go on some Star Warsy ramble. So closing Star Wars point from me. Mm-hmm. I've never spoken to a Star Wars fan that's watched the Clone Wars and regretted it. Therefore, if you're sitting on watching the Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff, get on it.
Yes, I was gonna say I've watched the Clone Wars and Rebels twice through lockdown. Oh, you've done it 3 times. What?
I'm now on 3.
Oh, I have to catch up now.
I've watched Mandalorian. I'm on my 4th watch of it.
See, I've only done it once, so I think before
you need a binge before season 2.
I'm actually going to. I think, but no. Besides YouTube, Star Wars, and I don't know. I guess we just get each other. I guess. How would you summarize our friendship, Connor?
Big question.
I know. That's
chill.
Chill.
There's no pressure on it, but we can have our deep moments, and we do. But like if I don't hear from you for a month, I'm not going to think, oh no, I did, but I've had crazy mind recently.
Yeah. I was gonna say like for me it's just cool.
Cool, chill. They work together. Cool.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to be.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so yeah, we're in that stage. Yeah.
We say yeah. We know enough about each other. I think that like nothing's really like a secret, and I know you've especially when it comes to PR, you're very good at that. You're so good.
Yeah.
You're so good at that. Like if I post something and it's just like you might want to think about changing.
You might want to tweak this.
You might want to tweak it a little bit. That
Oh, Andy, remove. I've done that before, haven't I?
So many times. It's not even funny how many times. But I feel like as well, like whenever you're like, I don't know, the floor's opened up, world ending. I don't know. I think I'm just okay to listen to. Well, you can listen, like, speak to or something.
Yeah, you're a very good listener. Which
Well,
is what we need people to talk, and we need people to listen. Yeah, and you're very good at listening, but then you also say the right things too.
Oh, I try to, despite the multiple stammers and word mixer-uppers. But that's just me being me. You know, I'm not ashamed of that. But
No.
but I guess the question to end this episode, which I've loved doing.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's okay. The question to end on: what advice would you give to someone to unmask or to express their true self? I kind of done it as like, it's the same thing, but I put it two different ways because I kind of overthink like that.
I would just simply say that I say the word simply, and now I'm going to come out with something really elaborate. I just say it's about getting the right people in your life, that it doesn't feel that you're making an effort to be yourself, because you just are. You're around the people that make you feel that you don't feel that you have to try anything else than yourself.
No, I agree with that. Especially like, regardless of who it is, whether they're on the spectrum or whatever. If you have the right person, and you can just, I don't know, they just get you, I think. And
the other quick thing to add on, also, stim away. I've ended up with a coat hanger in my hand. I did not have a coat hanger in my hand at the beginning of this podcast, but the last 15 minutes, if you've seen me.
I was gonna say as well, you know, don't just be yourself, man. Just be yourself.
Exactly. Just do what you got to do.
Exactly. Well, Connor, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed being the first ever guest.
Yeah, and you know, if you want to come back on, let me know.
Well, you know, you got the exclusive post always left YouTube interview. But then also, can I just stick on the end, because of course this might be the first thing that people really hear from me publicly for months. I will be back. I will be back with YouTube stuff. Just my life has changed drastically, more than anybody will ever know that doesn't know me. So yeah, I'm just restructuring everything to make sure that I can do the best of what I can do. And I will be back. And if you've watched Hamilton, you best be saying you'll be back in your head. I know you've not watched Hamilton, have you? Because
yes, I have.
Oh, you have?
I have, yeah.
So you best be having you'll be back in your head.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. I watched it after your recommendation, weirdly enough.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like one day after work. I was just like, right, I'm gonna watch this.
Right, I've got 3 hours.
Yeah. Everything else I just neglected. I was just like, I'm watching this. So.
Fair. Cool. Well, thank you very much for having me.
It's okay. And I don't know, I'll leave some stuff down below if people want to have a look. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to the very first episode of the Unmasked Podcast. And until the next one, see you later.
Bye. I didn't know if I was meant to say bye or not.
I don't know. It's a test.
I was like, Andy's not said bye. Okay. How's it?
Oh.